built this potato tower a while back, and I had used it, but I'm using it again, and I just wanted to show you guys kind of how we're doing it. So I let it sit here out in the weather, so that's why it's looking weathered. But basically, I got one screw. See that? Got one screw in each board on either side. And basically what I do is, when I put my potatoes in here, well, this would be a potato tower, obviously. So when I put my potatoes in, I fill up to about that board there, the bottom one. And then I'll just add to it board by board, actually, until we get to the top. I usually stop the soil right about there. So I'm gonna put some soil in it, which we already have done that. Okay, we're about at the first board here. That's all grass that I ripped out as well. It was growing in there, so I just ripped it out and threw it back down in there. But anyways, so we're gonna put our potatoes in right now, and then after that we're gonna fill it up with one board worth of layer, which is about, well, I'll probably put in there about on top of the potatoes, probably about 2 inches or 3 inches of soil on my potato runners. That way they can break through and come up, and when you get it about probably about that big above the soil, I add some more soil on top of that to where it's barely sticking out of the top, and so on and so on and so on until harvest. All right, so let's put the potatoes in and then cover them up. All right, so as you guys can see, we got some pretty cool long runners. These are actually Yukon Golds, so I'm gonna go ahead and start putting these down, and my son is gonna film that process. I probably waited way too long for these, but it's never too late, right? So I'm just gonna actually just set these right on the top, because we already got roots started. Okay, and so I'm gonna do like I'm gonna put down all of them actually. So you usually want those nodules facing up, so wherever the root came out, that's what you want facing up. But since our plants have already begun to grow up, we're good now. So now we just need to, we can put those down, we can put them up however we want to do it. So let me grab the other ones here. Like this one here, it broke off, but you see the root system on it? So the root system can be put down. And this one might be trouble, so what we'll do is we'll just place that one up on the wall there. And then these are the nodules I was telling you about. You see those? Those you want facing up. So I'm going to put this one directly in the middle here. I'm probably going to over potato this thing, but that's okay. I'm allowed to do that. So I'll put one more, because I could probably figure out another spot for these in the yard somewhere. Okay, there we go. So let's see, 1, 2. Just in case that one doesn't take off, I'm gonna put this one over here as well. Okay, so now we're gonna cover that, and we're gonna go probably about 4 inches or 3 inches above all that. And this is all compost with chicken manure in it and rabbit manure that's been already composted for the year. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that to it, and then we will wait and see what happens. So let's put the soil on top of these. So now we're gonna go ahead and fill this up as much as possible. If you need to get closer, Ryan. And I probably won't make you guys sit through too much of this. Well, it ain't gonna take that long. So hang out with me for a second here. Isn't Ryan doing the best camera work ever, you guys? Give us a thumbs up if my son's doing an awesome job. Say hi to everybody, Ryan.
Hello.
You know, we're planting a little late, but since I live in California, I mean, you could pretty much plant this stuff whenever, because the part of California that I live in, we just get good weather year-round here pretty much. So that should be good for now. Let me smooth it out. Come in a little closer, son. None of this is going to get compacted either. So that's why I'm just gonna push it around here. Okay, so we already have shoots up, like I said, with these potatoes already up. These are Yukon Golds, and so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put one video together, most likely, just to show you guys the whole progression in one video. Oh, there's already worms in the soil, which is good. Ooh, don't want to kill this guy. See that? So anyway, I'm gonna water this in real good because the soil is definitely dry. Without spraying us. It's so dry, in fact, that it's kind of pooling at the top. It'll soak in. And so I'll come over here and I'll do this once, probably every other day. Just come in here and water it real good. And keep adding soil. Water it in, add soil, water it in as it grows. And we should be styling. Should get a bumper crop. Alright, so things are coming along. Potatoes are coming up. And if you look right there, here, let me get you in closer. See, you can actually see the potato, the shorter ones coming through the ground now. And here as well. So, and right there as well. So, yeah. All right, you guys, so it is not quite harvest, but as you can see, lots and lots and lots of growth in my potato tower. And this is about it's 5 weeks from the last part of this video. It's the 5 weeks past. Okay, and so I pretty much have filled it up all I'm going to fill it up now. Let's take you in. Now it is a crazy jungle in here. Okay, but look, there's the soil. It's probably about, I'd say, probably 10 inches down now. And I water it in here, although this was supposed to be a worm tower that I made a while ago. But anyways, as you can see, it's grown like crazy. There's one thing that I did want to bring up. When you see flowers, that's when you know your potatoes are producing potatoes, basically, at the bottom. So when you see flowers up top, potatoes are forming on the bottom, okay? And it already kind of went through a short flowering, but I think it's going to get an onset of new flowers. Let me see if I can find. Okay, so here's one right here. These did not get pollinated. So you have, so I'm trying to zoom here. There, is that better? Okay, so these did not get pollinated, so they just fell off, okay? So another thing you want to look for is you want to look for potato fruits. And I don't know if any of you guys have seen them. I have a video showing them, like one of my older videos, but here's some right here. So I've already got an onset of flowers. They almost look like tomatoes, don't they? See that? But those are actually potato fruits. And you can actually collect the seeds and stuff from them, but I've never actually planted the seeds because I hear it doesn't work, basically. So you got to use the tubers. And then here's this guy, or lady. She's just chilling. And then any aphids, they're handling them, and they're all over this plant now, which means that there's probably aphids on it because you don't get ladybugs unless you have aphids. So, and then the wasp, that's the other thing. You'll see a lot of wasp coming around your plants and stuff, and they basically go in and out of the leaves. Don't mess with them. The reason why they're there is because they're killing off any inchworms, those little green worms. They're killing them off. So, so anyways, the next part of this video you will see will be me maybe opening it up here, because as you can see, I have screws in each board, one screw on each side. Next time I do this, I'm definitely going to put two. Because see it at the bottom there, it's kind of bulging out a little bit. See that? And that's due to me having one screw in there. So next time I'm actually going to have two screws. And then I made this with tongue and groove boards. Actually, my friend Dave made this, but I told him what to do. So anyways, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to unscrew it, and then I'm going to take off all these boards, and then I'm just going to pull out the potatoes and set up for next season. So anyways, going good. Hopefully this next video we'll see will be at harvest. All right, so today is harvest day, and this video took me a little while to do because I had to wait basically for the potatoes to grow. So I wanted to show you guys basically how I'm going to harvest them from this tower, and then also when to harvest. I think I waited a little too long, but the longer the better, really. So let me go ahead and get to the tower. So, all right, so as you can see, a lot of this stuff is basically dead. So you want to wait for the all the branches and stuff to basically dry out like this. They can go a little less than that, but generally speaking, you want to let them dry out and let the soil dry out a bit too. So I'm going to go ahead and start taking this stuff out, and I'm wondering what we got. So I mean, as you saw in the beginning of the video, I basically just filled up the soil all the way up, and then the hope is that the vine all the way up will have sprouted potatoes. And oh, actually, let me bring you guys in closer to show you. Generally speaking, you want to look for potatoes right at the top if it worked. You know, that's I don't know if that's true or not though, but one thing I am seeing right now is yeah, I think you guys can see it right here. Cool. Now that's a good beginning. So yep, dirt. So that's a good beginning. Okay, so let's get this thing taken apart, and then see what we got. You know what? I'm going to take off this wall and this wall. That way we can see in there if there's any like potatoes on the sides. All right, so I already took out the screws. Now I'm wondering what's behind there. Obviously, you want to look out for spiders and stuff, but let's go ahead and let's unveil this. So tongue and groove boards, which is pretty cool because they just seat right on top of each other. So let me toss this aside here. Oh yeah, there's spiders in here, all right. I planted most of the potatoes over here, you know, up there, and then over here. So nothing really right here, but ah! See that size of that spider? That was huge. Might have to get the chickens out here because they will handle it. All right, so my old chicken got it. So let's continue on this job here without running into another one of those. All right, so I didn't undo the last board just because the potatoes, when I put them down, they were probably a little lower than that, but we'll see how this goes. So, and then I'm going to take this out. This was actually just a worm tower. So, yes, I made that too. Yeah, see, oh, down there at the bottom. You guys see that? Oh, yeah. I got to take you guys in on this one. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm seeing gold veins. These are Yukon Golds, like I said in the beginning of the video. And yeah, boy, man. Woo! Yeah, it grew. Oh my gosh, look at the size of that thing. That is a nice Yukon Gold. Really nice. That's the big dog right there. I wonder if there's bigger ones in there. Oh. These are all nice size. Yeah, look at all those potatoes. And they're big. Never been so happy about potatoes. This is only one too. You know, at the beginning of the video, I'm sure you guys look at that. Look at the size of these things. Heck yeah. That's awesome. I'm about ready to call the wife out here and tell her. So, you know what? I'm gonna, I'll do a little bit more digging, but then I'll spare you guys the rest. But look at that. I'll eat that too. You know what I'm saying? I eat it. Oh my gosh. If this is only one little row, and look, there's still spuds down there. Let me try not to kill that worm right there. But he's amongst potatoes. Wow. Already this is just so awesome. This is just awesome. Look at these potatoes I got already. And that's just one row. That's got to be probably about 4 pounds already of potatoes. So I planted like 7 rows in here. So anyways, I'm gonna get to the rest of this, and then I'll show you guys the end result. All right, and here's the other side. So I haven't really taken any of it apart yet. I'm still working on this spot over here. There's still potatoes in here. Like that right there. Look at that. Little spud right there. So let's start knocking some of this out. I wanted to show you guys some of this. The only reason why I'm not trying to film the whole thing is, number one, maybe you guys don't want to watch it, but then number two, my camera, I film at 60 frames per second, and so it really eats up the battery. So I want to make sure I get all this for you guys. Yeah, we got spuds everywhere on this. Look at the size of these too. That's the cool part. You know what I used my compost from my chickens and my rabbit from last year. There's still a lot of clay in this, that's why it's so hard, but I mean, it was worth it. Grass clippings mostly, and leaves from my tree. And that's it. I just let it rot with the chicken manure and all that. So okay, come on baby, hit the jackpot. Whoa. Yeah, see, that's right where I put them too. So I am gonna lose battery here, and I don't want to make this video super long, so let me get back to you when I'm done, you guys. All right, so I went through the whole thing, found a bunch of rotten potatoes, and they were all big too. So I probably lost another 10 potatoes, and they were all bigger ones. So I'm gonna show you how much they weigh that I got, and that should be good. All right, so check it out. First and foremost, that is a lot of potatoes. And the scale I got, it's not the best one in the world, but as you can see, it's zeroed out right now. And I already zeroed out the bucket, so let's see, almost 16 pounds of potatoes. That's pretty good for not even trying. So, and there's some big dogs in here too. So anyways, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or anything like that, you guys post them in the comment section below. And I'm totally stoked. This is a really good harvest. I've never had a good harvest like this before. And of course, this is the one I never messed with. So anyways, like always, God bless you, and peace.